What's up, YouTube? You know what time it is. It's MightyFan time, and I have a pickup video to share with you, the viewer. It's a few things of the show here. I got some hats, I got a couple jerseys. So before I get to that, though, I am sporting my Nike Swingman Michael Jordan Rookie Year Road Red jersey. There it is. Why? Because you never need a reason to wear a Michael Jordan jersey. So, and behind me I got the there it is, home version. You guys have seen that one before, but at any rate, let's get to the more recent pickups, which were today. And one of my favorite store chains, and I know I've said this before, and I'll say it again, and I'll probably say it again down the road, is Lids, because I'm a big hat wearer. I have hats for everything. And the great thing about Lids is that you know, one of the things they do is they have this little like passport card. I don't have it in front of me, but it's you know, we get a card. It's like $5, and you have to renew it once a year, but you know, it's well worth it, because with the card, anytime you buy anything full price, you get 20% off. And also, you know, the great thing about Lids too is that they always seem to have, you know, hats on sale in there somewhere. So, just a little tip from MightyFan: you never have to pay full price at Lids. If you get the Passport member card, or the Lids Club card, or whatever they call it, it used to be the Passport card, but you know, you can get 20% off full price items, and also, as was the case with this weekend, you get a little extra off on some of the sale hats from time to time. Not all the time, but they did that today, because this weekend was their big, they're having their big blowout sale for clearance items. So you can get hats, you know, for as low as like $3 to $5, all the way up to $30, just depending on the hat. So be sure to check it out, lids.com, or go to your local Lids store, because you know, they have some pretty cool you know, hats there on clearance. So, including the ones that I picked up today. So let's get right to them. All right, the first one, and they're all fitteds. The first one, and I've always said that I'm a fan of the Cincinnati Reds hats, because I just think they're cool. I always like the Reds hats and their jerseys too. But here you go. There's I don't know. I have this guy on other hats too. I kind of nicknamed him Mr. Raleigh Fingers Baseball Head, because I don't know what his actual name is. Maybe if there's a Reds fan out there, they can help me out with this. But I know that they started using this as a logo. You'll see it on the sleeve of their jerseys. I think like some years ago they started, and it's pretty cool, like throwback looking character. And I know they had like a kind of version of this way back in the day. And I know that Woodward, now known as Woodward, he was Tint. Now he's Woodward on YouTube, and I know he has an old like Mitchell & Ness Reds flannel with like this guy kind of on the front. But so this character actually goes way back with the Reds, but they started in more recent years. They put this figure on the sleeve of their jersey, so it's like a, you know, kind of a logo or whatever. And I think he's a mascot too. I've seen like some of the Reds games on TV or whatever, and I see, you know, they have a mascot, this guy, walking around. So there you go. Scaring little kids. But at any rate, this is like I said, this is more of a, you know, style hat, you know, not like the hat I'm wearing right here, which is on field fitted, but still pretty cool. There you go. And there'll be a logo on the back. But okay, there's my rant about Mr. Raleigh Fingers Baseball Head. Okay, now we're going to go to the next one. And yes, believe it or not, it's another Reds hat. This particular style New Era put out some years ago, and I was a big fan of it. Though I never got one back in the year, but back, you know, those years ago when they first came out. But I got one now, so better late than never, right? So we got the Cincinnati Reds version. Again, another style hat, but still pretty cool. Love the colors. I really like I love the look of that hat. Just that Cincinnati going around the front with the Cincinnati C there on the side. Really nice. Baseball logo on the back. There it is. Just a solid hat. I remember when they put these out some years ago, and I was a fan of them, but never got them for one reason or another. But so there you go. All right. So that's going to do it for the Reds hats, I promise, for this video. Because I had to branch out and get a couple other teams too. So this one was like $5, and there it is. There's the Yankees. I know, Red Sox fans, you can boo now. It's okay. But I have a few Yankee jerseys, so this one certainly goes well with those jerseys. And I've always been a big fan of that logo right there. The Uncle Sam hat with the baseball bat Yankee logo. I've always liked that logo, so I have a few hats with that logo on it. So it's a Nike fitted. I have a Phillies one like this too, so there you go. And last but not least, we have the soon-to-be Miami Marlins, but now Florida Marlins. This is, again, another one of those style hats, but it's almost like an on-field fitted. So here it is. There you go. It's the Marlins actually wore a hat like this, well, without the Florida scripted on the side. But they wore a hat just like this years ago, and I kind of wish they go back to these. I mean, the all-black ones are nice, but I really like that teal. So maybe when they become the Miami Marlins next year, they can, bring the teal back. Because that's just a solid hat, in my opinion. But this one, of course, has the Florida written up the side, but there it is. There you go. New era on-field fitted. Well, sorry, not on-field fitted, but fitted. But at any rate, yes, so shout out to Lids. Keep having those sales. And, yes. Okay, now we're going to go to the jerseys. Because I know that's what you've all been waiting for anyhow. So, this one I got at Champs Sports. Not too many Champs near me. There used to be more, and now there's only maybe one or two in driving distance. But I always liked Champs, and I actually picked this up for, believe it or not, $15. They had this on sale for $15, and of course, Throwback King and I, we're the Sixer fans and the Jersey heads. I know there's a lot of Celtic fans and Laker fans, and but yeah, Throwback King and I, we hold the Sixers down. So here's the Sixers. This is a replica jersey, but it's the home white Adidas, the Swingman, but it's still a pretty solid jersey in my opinion. Number 21. That's Thaddeus Young. See, I have the fan on now, so it's blowing around. But he's one of the young up-and-comers on the Sixers. And there you go, Young, 21. Everything on here is single-stitched. And again, it's a Swingman replica, but it's pretty cool. I really, I do think it's pretty good. It has the trim on the side there, and there's the Adidas logo, jock tag. Now this is the one. This is one of the ones that they made some years ago. But I did last Black Friday. I actually picked up the at the time brand new Swingman jersey, and I really like these. These are the new ones that they started making during this past season. And okay, I'm gonna turn the fan off because the jersey's blowing around. And again, it's an Adidas, but there it is, Sixers number 12. That's Evan Turner, who was the rookie last year from Ohio State. So Turner number 12, and it's all single stitched again, but the material is much different. I mean, for example, the Thaddeus Young is more of like a mesh material. And this is kind of this new kind of material that they started using last year on their Swingman jerseys. I think it was last year. But it's more like a kind of felt kind of material. I mean, these jerseys are very light, and I'm a big fan of them. I really like the new Swingman jerseys that the NBA put out. Again, I want to say last year because the look of it's really good. And there's the side panels again. It's real light, so you know the mesh ones are nice, but they're kind of heavy. But these ones are real light, so you can definitely wear them a little easier in certain weather. When it gets a little hot out, you can still wear these pretty good. And the detail is really nice too. You know, you get a good look at that, and it's not as generic as they used to make with the letters and everything, in my opinion. So I really like these newer Swingman jerseys that Adidas put out. And I got Evan Turner again, the Sixers rookie from a year ago, and the other one that I have that I've had for a while is and here's a little Laker love to the Laker fans out there. But I went to high school with this guy, so I had to get his jersey. So there it is, Kobe. And again, this is the newer Swingman version with that kind of felt material there. And there it is, Lakers 24 on the front. And I've never showed these jerseys, so I'm showing them now. But Bryant 24 on the back, and it's got the side trim, you know. And of course the jock tag. Didn't show it on the Evan Turner, but it's the same one. And see, it doesn't have like the team logo. That's another thing that they kind of did away with. But there it is. So yeah, shout out to all the Laker fans out there. I know there's quite a few in our Jersey Heads community. Remember, I went to high school with him, though. I went to high school with Kobe at Lower Merion, so didn't really know him that well, so don't ask. Don't ask me for his autograph or something. But at any rate, so yeah, so that's the well, the Turner and Kobe aren't really recent pickups, but I got those I think last year around maybe November, December, something like that. I picked those. I picked those two up. I know the one I got on Black Friday. I think it was Evan Turner. Maybe it could have been Kobe. I kind of forget, but the other one I got a little later on. But at any rate, but the Thaddeus Young was a nice pickup too. I mean, $15 for a stitched Swingman jersey. That's not bad. So, but this next jersey and the final item that I want to show that I was able to pick up today is really it is very, very, very special jersey because when I did that pickup a few weeks ago with the Jose Reyes Mets jersey, I said I'm a big fan of the Majestic Authentic jerseys. They're just really, really nice. The stitching, the detail, I mean the feel of it, really nice. The older ones and the newer Cool Base jerseys, very, very nice. I would definitely recommend them to any collector out there. And this one I picked up from BC Sports. So a big shout out to BC Sports. They hooked me up with this one. And this particular player's jersey is not very rare because you see it a lot. But this particular jersey of for this particular player is pretty rare because this particular jersey for this particular player, the team only wore once, and that was to celebrate something very special. So let me pull this bad boy out of the bag. Again, this is a Majestic Authentic jersey, not a game worn or anything like that, but it's from the Authentic collection. It's the St. Louis Cardinals. So I guess you can pretty much guess who the player is. It's a current St. Louis Cardinal. And you know what? Let me stand up to show this one because I think I need a little more room. Okay, now the stuff's out of the way, I can get up. In fact, I'm going to need a hanger, too. See, this is all stuff I should have done prior to filming, but, this is all part of production. So, yes, it's Albert Pujols of the St. Louis Cardinals. Well, he might not be a Cardinal after this season, but I kind of hope he is because it's very special for a player to stay on one team for his whole career. And Albert's certainly been the face of the franchise for a number of years in St. Louis. So I kind of hope that they retain him, but we shall see. There's a few teams out there with big money to spend, so you never know. But yes, this is a majestic, authentic, home white Albert Pujols jersey. And the special thing about this jersey, like I said, is that it's the World Series champions jersey from the 2007 season, because they won the World Series in 2006 against the Tigers. So there's the commemorative patch. And you know me, I'm a sucker for extras on jerseys, so when I saw that, I was just like, ooh. So I've wanted a Pujols Cardinals jersey for some time. But and the other thing that makes this a special jersey is the Cardinals only wore this, I believe, for one game, like the home opener to start the season. You'll notice on the 5 there's a little gold trim going around. And you'll also notice that on the Pujols number 5, you see that gold trim on there too. And that's what the Cardinals wore to start the 2007 season, because they were the defending World Series champions. And other teams have done it, also, such as my Phillies did it back in 2009, after, of course, to start the season when they, of course, were the 2008 World Series champions. I know the Giants did it this year. I want to say the Red Sox did it too, the Yankees. It's kind of a newer trend that teams are doing, but certainly, I mean, those jerseys are really cool, and they're really hard to find because they were only, worn for like 1 or 2 or maybe 3 games to start the season. Like I know the Phillies, when they wore theirs in 2009, they only wore them for the home opener and season opener of that season, if I remember correct. And I think it was the same way for the Cardinals too. So again, this is a really rare jersey because of that fact, because it has it's the special World Series champion edition of the home Cardinals jersey with, of course, for Albert Pujols. So this is a pretty historic jersey too, because to date, it was the only World Series, of course, that Albert Pujols has won with the Cardinals. And even if he goes on to win a few more, which you never know, this will still be the first one that he ever won. So it's a pretty special jersey and a very rare jersey. I mean, I was really surprised to see it. It was and it was hidden away too. It was behind a few more authentic like Mets jerseys, and I think they had another player on another team, I forget, but then this one was at the very back. And I remember seeing these at BC Sports back in 2007 when the Cardinals, after, of course, when they wore these jerseys. And I was pretty impressed by it back then, but it was too expensive. So, of course, now it was on sale. And, like I said, it was kind of hidden, kind of tucked away. Like, you honestly would not see it if you weren't actually looking, behind the jerseys that run. It was like on a wall, like on a rack. There was jerseys, and you had to kind of pull behind, and I saw this, and I'm like, ooh. So I got a good deal on this one. But yeah, this is, again, the authentic collection by Majestic, size 52, of Albert Pujols, the World Series Champion Edition St. Louis Cardinals jersey. Again, let me hit you with that patch, if I can find it. There it is. So that's just, I love this patch. This is just like a big, bold patch that the Cardinals wore. And I always like the Cardinals jerseys because I think they always wore some of the more iconic jerseys in baseball with that, 2 cardinal birds on bat logo. Just such a nice logo. And again, the thing I just really love about these authentic Majestic jerseys is the detail, is the stitching. And look at that stitching on the Cardinals. And that is just really, really nice. You see a lot of fakes out there, and they can never master the stitching. That's how you know they're fake. But again, you take a good close look. I mean, that's just really, really nice. I love the stitching on these jerseys, and it's like that with all the ones that I have. I have the Reyes, I have the Jim Thome Phillies, I have the Chase Utley Road Gray Phillies. And then, of course, I have a couple cool bays, too. The home white Cliff Lee Phillies and the road gray Steven Strasburg Nationals. And now I have the authentic Albert Pujols Cardinals Majestic. And again, this is the older one, so it's not the cool base. It doesn't have the pockets under the sleeves or anything like that. It's a little heavy, has some weight to it. But I'm a big fan of these, and I hope to add a few more to the collection. Even if it's players that might not be on those teams anymore, I really like the look of these jerseys. They're just, really, really nice, and the stitching is just bananas in my opinion. I just love the stitching on these jerseys. And again, it's a special commemorative jersey, so that's even more better for me because I'm a sucker for the extras. And I figured, you know what, this is a great value for a jersey that is super rare and someday could be really, a real collector's item, when the day comes that he retires, because this jersey is so hard to find, and the fact that it is the commemorative jersey from the first World Series that he ever won. It could be the only World Series he ever wins, you never know. So that's even more special. So when I had a chance at it, I said, I'm not going to pass it up. So again, Albert Pujols, authentic, home white, special edition with the World Series, for the World Series champions that they were going into that season, the 2007 season. St. Louis Cardinals Majestic jersey. And there's that patch again. And again, look at that 5 Pujols on the back. I want to get a close look. You'll notice the gold kind of outline around that 5 and also around the Pujols. Just so sweet. Honestly, I can't believe I had this jersey because I never thought I'd see it again. And when I did, I'm like, oh, that's mine. So it's been a very good week for me for getting jerseys because I have another pickup video coming up, hopefully early next week. Some of you guys might already know what it is because I've been talking about it on JerseyCentral.org. Mitchell & Ness had a nice sale over the past couple of days. I took advantage of it. So I have a Mitchell & Ness pickup vid to show you guys. But again, big shout out, as always, to all my fellow Jersey heads out there, all my fellow Lids heads out there. Big shout out to all my subscribers, as always. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Keep hitting that subscribe button for me and also for all my fellow Jersey heads. Big shout out to all you guys. Big shout out to all my family, all my friends. And once again, there it is. Mr. Pujols, the future Hall of Famer. His 2007 opening series, World Champion Edition, St. Louis Cardinals authentic Majestic jersey. Just a really, really nice jersey. So glad I got it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye. Peace. Almost forgot to say that.